Today, I want to talk about a truly chilling and deeply disturbing case that has once again captured attention across the world, especially in Japan. The man known as the Twitter killer, Takahiro Shiraishi, was executed this week, bringing a tragic and terrifying chapter to a close. If you haven't heard of him before, Shiraishi was convicted in 2020 for the murder and dismemberment of 9 people, most of them young women, between August and October of 2017. The details of the case are horrifying, not just because of the brutality of the crimes, but because of how calculated and predatory his actions were. He targeted vulnerable individuals who were expressing suicidal thoughts online, especially on Twitter, now known as X. Under the guise of offering support, or even companionship in death, he lured them into his apartment in Zama, a city just outside Tokyo. Once there, he strangled them and dismembered their bodies, storing parts in coolers and toolboxes. It became known in the media as Japan's House of Horrors. At the time, Shiraishi used a Twitter profile that read, "I want to help people who are really in pain. Please DM me anytime." That deceptive mask of empathy was how he gained his victims' trust. While his defense initially tried to argue that the killings were carried out with the victims' consent, Shiraishi himself later rejected that claim, admitting he killed for his own sexual and financial satisfaction. His execution by hanging, the standard method in Japan, marks the first use of capital punishment in the country since 2022. Japan rarely carries out executions, and they are always cloaked in secrecy. Even family members and lawyers typically only learn of the execution after it has already happened. This case has had a far-reaching impact, sparking debates on multiple fronts, from the role of social media in suicide prevention to how societies can better protect mentally vulnerable individuals. Following the revelations in 2017, Twitter updated its policies to ban any promotion or encouragement of suicide or self-harm. Japan's Justice Minister Keisuke Suzuki called the execution a justified response to a crime that caused great shock and anxiety to society, highlighting that the motive was purely selfish, centered around Shiraishi's own gratification. But not everyone is satisfied with that outcome. One victim's father expressed a heartbreaking opinion, saying he would have preferred that Shiraishi lived the rest of his life in prison, forced to reflect on the horror he caused. Ultimately, while justice may have been served in the legal sense, nothing can erase the trauma inflicted by this case. It's a grim reminder of how darkness can hide behind screens, and how essential it is that we remain vigilant, especially when it comes to online communities that deal with mental health struggles. This is a case we should never forget. It's not just a story of a killer. It's a story about pain, manipulation, trust, and the unseen corners of the digital world that, if left unchecked, can lead to tragedy. Stay subscribed for more videos.